Welcome back. Right, 53 hours in the game. It feels like a lot, but at the same time, it probably really isn't. So, it just feels like such a long time. So much of that has been spent doing this bloody fix mystery though, so at least that is behind us now. What was my plans going to be? For one, I feel I should decommission the steel production for here. It is kind of feeding into things over here, but I do have pipes coming in over here, which is pretty much halted. Like, it's occasionally being used going in there, but then we've just got this massive backlog there. And I think steel frame as well. I'm not sure I'm even using that for anything at the moment. I have that going across into here. Yeah, that's not even being used at the moment. It was being used for the first part for the space elevator stuff, but I've run out of use for that for now. I should probably just be putting that into the awesome sink and just getting some coupons for it or something instead, to be honest. But if we deconstruct all of this, so we just need pipes being able to snake up to here from here. We could even have it coming out, so it splits off either way, so it'll always feed those, and then when they backlog, then it goes into our container as normal. I think that's probably fine. So, we've got to get this lifted up and over our hub, is the challenge. I mean, we can stand on it while we figure out where things need to go, at least. So if we dismantle this, and dismantle this, let's not dismantle the hub. I thought I was going to be able to land on top of that, but I couldn't. Oh, that's annoying. Now I've fallen all the way down here. Okay, well that's not where I wanted to be. This is a start, at least. I can't remember what quantities I need, but I think it's only enough that I need a lift Mark 1. Now, is that going to impact on the ability of my rocket ship going off? Well, I guess we'll find out. Well, it's also going to be length restricted anyway. We're going to need to have a platform around here somewhere. It's not quite... Oh, you can't stack on top of... You can stack on top of containers, but not that. Can you stack... Can I stack on top of this? No. Okay, so I would need a container stack. I wonder... We've got a cable going down there. We definitely want it going off to the left, though. Oh, we can have it on top of power poles. That's kind of funny. Alright, so we could have it on top of a power pole. It's kind of in the wrong place, though, really. That's kind of fine. Okay, so let's just do this. That's funny. And then we want to train it from here down here. This is going to be hideous, but we kind of don't care. I don't even know what that's clipping into. I don't think it's clipping into anything. I was probably clipping into the mine, actually. That's all. We don't care about that. And then we just do this. There we go. And that's now going to feed steel pipes up this way. It's unconventional, but I think it should work. And then it goes into here. And that's for our stators, I believe. Yeah. Cool. Pop those in there until the rest come along behind. Alright, and it's only using 15 per minute. We're producing like 60 per minute or something. So that should be fine. Alright, so that means we can just decommission this entirely. Like we've got constructed there. We're going to have such a backlog of steel and pipes and everything. I guess once we've got a full container here, then we just let it do that, and then it stops. Like, we don't need the power urgently. We just know that we also don't need the production. So, that's fine. We'll just let it do that. Right, MAM research was complete, I believe. What have we got here? Hard drive scan. Pure Caterium ingot. Could not care less. Alternate iron pipe. We're just discussing the fact that I don't need more pipes. I mean, that could be useful in some situations. That would be much more useful in the earlier game. I think that's not so useful now. It's tricky. It's like when you start a new game, you almost just want to go round. Don't build a damn thing to start with. Just go foraging for hard drives. But then you need a lot of advanced material and a lot of power sometimes to open up hard drives. So, yeah, maybe not. Rescan for now. Steel rotor. Okay, so steel pipes and 6 wire. How's that different? I was just looking at... Oh, stators is the one that's currently pipes and wire. This makes rotors pipes and wire. Oh, instead of, like, iron stuff? It's like rods and screws at the moment? Again, it's almost something that's more useful earlier, but I guess that helps when it comes to engine, like motor production. We'll take that. I think that's worth taking. So we've got 4 more hard drives to scan, but what else do we have to clear off? We're almost completed this entire tree. That needs just 5 oscillators and 5 high-speed connectors. That's easy, really. And then hatcher research, if we want to completely finish this tree. I don't know what a hatcher is at the moment. It thinks of, like, a hatcher to me would be something that lays a lot of eggs. I guess there's the like, bee plants. I've just kind of assumed that I wouldn't kill those, because there's, like, the poison plants as well. You don't do anything with those, you just destroy them with, like, explosives or whatever. You don't get anything from them. I don't think I've even tried with the bee ones, because they're not actively bothering me, because they're passive. I guess we try and find out. We actually need to produce some fuel and package it for this research as well, to then be able to get turbo fuel. We could work our way down here a bit more. Oh, that needs radioactive stuff. And 500 standard explosives. That's absurd. Nobelisks. I'd have to, yeah, have an assembler making those. That's... wow. Oh, and then at the bottom end you get 6 extra inventory slots. That doesn't feel worth the investment, quite frankly. That's such a long way down the track that it just doesn't feel useful. But I do want to clear off everything, so that's a long-term goal, definitely not a short-term goal. Short-term, I think we go and maybe assault some plants and see if that's what we need for that, and then make some of that, just to clear that off. And I would also really like to have the scannable hard drives, because then maybe that shows up on the radar towers. Maybe it shows their locations then, instead of just telling me that they're in the area. At the moment it gives me like a soft signal. Yes, at the moment it says weak signals found in the area, and it just tells me about slugs, mercerspheres, and soma sloops. And I guess I can go around with my object scanner to find them more specifically. It doesn't tell me about hard drives, and I don't know whether or not that's because I need them to be scannable, or because I've actually picked it clean. I don't think so though, because I haven't been up here. So there will be more hard drives, I bet. So I need to make them scannable. It just won't show me exactly where they are, probably. What we're getting at is, for now, we just scan another hard drive and give myself 10 minutes to do something else. I should set fluid packaging as my next one, because I do want this, and this is really easy material as well. I pretty much have all of this on hand, or close to. Like, we were talking about steel frames we've got such a backlog of. Well, I can grab a couple of them out and immediately chuck those in here. Plastic I want to go fetch from my other base. Copper sheeting should be in here? Question mark? Yes. I don't even have it being made at the moment. I have everything making wire so that I can then make tons of cable, because I was using that for various things. Yeah, that's going off to make computers, that's right, among other things. But I'm not actually making new copper sheeting at the moment. I guess if I need more, I can always just set up a spot somewhere else. I was pretty much only using that for hypertubes though. I was previously using that for... what? Circuit boards, I think? So that's what one of these lifters is for, I think, is because I was using it for circuit boards. Yeah, it was coming out of here and it was going up there and going off somewhere else. In fact, I think there might still be some on the conveyor belt. Oh yeah, it was going over here, maybe? Oh no, this is a separate one. Oh, no, okay, we actually completely set it up in parallel, and it's just not doing anything. This whole rung here is backed up. And we never actually had it going into a container? That's wild. Oh, no, that's what this was meant to be. Why did we deconstruct that? That should go back into there, so that way that can fill up. We must have been running into shortages, so we just made it so it didn't backlog. But now we want it going into the container. Alright, well, let's... we've not been producing that for a while. We've not been needing it, so that's fine. Alright, and then 200 plastic, which, you know, let's just grab it out of here anyway, because I'm fairly sure I have plenty at the moment. Yeah, let's just grab a stack. Send off our little shuttle. And boofa. Lonk. So now we have fluid packaging.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging
So you can
fluids
unpackage them
allows
too.
them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Okay, so you can store more in a fluid buffer, an industrial fluid buffer, and then we can, yeah, package it up for transport, unpackage it again if we want to. Next one, we should do fuel power generator. Oh, so it talks about the industrial fluid buffer here, but it actually doesn't unlock unless you do this. So that's interesting. Well, we'll do that next, but we can't feed into it at the moment. For now, let's just head across to our other base, and let's grab another plastic shipment. Thump. So you get a fluid pump that you can use to be able to pump fluid up higher, like head levels. There needs to be a hypertube booster. I guess you just put a new entrance down, perhaps? Like just double up on the entrances? Because you always get a little speed burst when you go into an entrance, I feel. That seems to be what happens, is you initially get a big thump. So maybe if we had an entrance down the bottom there, like we stopped it and started it again. Curious. I've got materials, almost certainly, to be able to experiment with that. We have a ladder here. That's funny. I'm not sure what that ladder was doing there, but let's now... so this is just coming straight across there. So if we hypertube that there, and then we go... I think we could swap between these. Yeah, there we go. Entrance. And we've got power right there. And then we want to pull this across from here still. And then we just line this up perfectly. So just do that. Fire out of one straight into the other. Hopefully. No idea how this is going to work. This might be interesting. There we go. I'm not sure which way, if I jump up, I don't know which way I'm going to go. And then I guess maybe we can do the same sort of thing at one of these as well. The fact that I'm running my power lines alongside the hypertube kind of works to my advantage here. Problem is the angle. I don't really have much forgiveness in the angle. But maybe we can do this here. The fact that it's turning a corner as well doesn't help, but... we do that, and then we do support. We just have it on a slight angle. Like there. It's pretty much in a straight line. Then we do entrance, entrance. And then we do the hypertube itself from there. Why do you want to go that way? I don't want you going that way. I didn't realize the entrance was... Okay, let's dismantle the entrance. And just have this going, yeah, that side. Definitely to there. Now we can begin. There we go. Alright. And now I guess we go down here where we already have an entrance. Jump in and then see what that does. Does that mean that we're going to go faster at all? I'm not confident. not sure it's going to make any difference. But yeah, you do just seem to get that initial thump when you enter that maybe we can make use of. Thump. So we're going fast enough there. We get to this point, now we start going slowly. And then now we go... Oh no, that's not the one. Maybe we can do another one there as well. And then... Thump. Yeah, we get a little burst there. It'll be interesting to see what happens at this one. This is the one where we're hoping to mitigate the climb. I think that worked quite well. We still slow down by the time we reach the top, but we do get that initial burst. So I think that worked pretty well. We need to deal with things here. So what do we got here? So, what was it we were doing here? So we had our compacted coal just zooming through. We had our rubber, which if it backs up over here, we don't care as much. Oh, and it has in fact backed up. So you're no longer producing as much in the way of the oil residue there. So you're not getting as much coming in, but that's fine because all this is doing is just going straight to the sink. Plastic on the other hand, we do not have a backlog of at the moment. Outside of the top container? Yeah, okay. So take an entire container at least. Let's head back. I wish it wasn't so far to go to get the oil. But I couldn't easily just move everything. Once you get established at a certain place, it's not like you can easily just move. Boom. So that just makes me go even faster. Thump. Yeah, it just goes super fast and then whoa out the other side. We should probably just line these up closer together again. I don't know. It's because there's copper down here that I might want to do something with, or I might want to have another hypertube go that way, so we end up with like a three-way network. Oh. Well, we'll drop one lot of plastic in here now. Just, you know, get that out of our inventory. Then over here, we can come down here and dump all of those in there. And then we've got, you are Soma slooped up, producing a ton of motors, of which I want... Oh, you're actually full at the moment now anyway. So we don't need that in there anymore, I think is what we're learning. And in fact, let's just do 50%. We're still kind of getting double on those, but yeah, we do not need that many motors right now. We will, probably, but for now, let's just drop that down. I think I want to actually Soma Sloop manufactories for the space elevator parts instead, primarily. Oh, the other part of that was the rotors being made by you. Yeah, so that makes you make 8 per minute, so that we end up with more of a backlog, because otherwise they've just been going continually down there. Okay, and then we also want to have concrete from here, so we need 100 of those. Then we just need a stack of rubber, which is here. And now we can get our petroleum power immediately. So let's just do that, that, and those. There we go. Oh, ready for launch.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
Right. If I ever see any, I'll let them know. Or I won't let them know. So that's interesting, yeah, because I was wondering why scannable resource for Caterium became unlocked at this point, because we'd previously unlocked it anyway through researching it through the MAM. But I guess if you haven't encountered it by then, if you're playing a very linear playstyle and a blinkered playstyle and haven't explored, then you might not have researched it yet. So now it does it for you. So that actually needs, yes, 50 quick wire. Alright. But otherwise we have everything we need to make that. I wonder if instead of making rubber at the other place, we make fuel now, because, yeah, that's one of the outcomes of the refinery as well. Though I'm not sure if it has a byproduct. We'd have to go and investigate and see what the refinery has. Or we look in here and we look at the refinery, if we can find it. Boundary. Don't know how this is ordered. There we go, refinery. Open codex. Okay, that's not useful. Recipes. I'm looking in the wrong place, I think. Am I? No. Oh, it's considered parts. Okay, yes. So oil, fuel, does fuel to that plus polymer resin. Okay, and then polymer resin can be used with water to make plastic or rubber, but otherwise nothing. So that would just be synced. So it doesn't have the byproduct. That's interesting. Oh, but otherwise we can turn heavier residue into fuel. So instead of the coke that's just going off into the sink at the moment, that can actually be used to make fuel instead. That's a much better usage, isn't it? Rather than making something that we're literally just wasting. We should do that. Okay, interesting. And I mean, that's probably something we should look to do later anyway, and then like replace all of my coal generators there that are currently running off the petroleum byproduct there. Instead, do them as fuel generators instead. I feel that I might want fuel to be just packaged though instead. But maybe we do a split, so we always have some being packaged. Then again, we have the problem, we never want it backing up. But we also need to make these as well, and that eats into our plastic, which we don't want. We want empty canisters. Yeah, just made by plastic. But, I don't know, maybe that's the thing if we change the refineries around so that the second one where the rubber is just being backed up and otherwise not being used for anything. Maybe that just makes more plastic? Hard drive scan, let's see what we've got here anyway. Oh, more inventory slots. I mean, that's always nice, but I feel not necessary, especially with the dimensional depot. Steel screw, 260 per minute. Damn. That's actually really good. I'm not suffering screw shortages at the moment. That would have been really handy a while ago. Good to know it's out there though. Rescan. Plastic smart plating. Interesting. Okay, because at the moment you get 1 and 1 makes 1, I think, of these. But this way you can go 1 and 1 with some plastic makes 2. But it's in a manufacturer, and what's the bedding phase 4 needs a ton more smart plating, and I'm going to be punished by not choosing this. I mean, compared to the steamed copper sheet that is just really not what I need right now at all, we'll take this anyway. Maybe it'll be useful. Right, so we only need 1 hard drive spare to be able to research the other sulfur thing, so I think we just do that. And now, I do believe we should be able to finish off phase 3. Because you have been beavering away, you appear to be now inert. Yep. You ran out of motors, but you still have lots there. Well, I guess we can see if you do have enough. Ah, you don't quite have enough. Okay, but we can work out how many you need. So to make 45... 2 for 2, because we doubled it using this. So we need to make 45, we need 90 motors. Let's just stick you in there for now anyway. So... Oh, and we're almost out of smart plating too. Oh, but we have this as an extra stack of smart plating. I think we must have expected that. So one of these we should tune to be the exact number we need. Though, let's be honest, we're probably going to need excess modular engines anyway. I'm expecting them to become a component that is needed for a future elevator part. So if I make more of them, I don't think it's the end of the world at all. I think if I make more of them, it's just going to be useful at some point. We can have a few of those extras just knocking around. So we're going to need some more rubber to keep that going because it's 15 per. We're going to need some more motors down here. Good. So let's just dump... Well, it's even numbers that go in, isn't it? Whatever, let's just dump all of those in there. Because we can take out any excess we need later. Rubber goes in this one, not that it really matters. The fact that we can just have this needing 550 megawatts and we're just fine with it. Like, we've come a long way. That's for sure. Excellent. Now, pod's returning in only a minute or so. What? Milestones? Blueprints, I guess? Blueprints, signaling, and more pipeline engineering. I guess we just do blueprints, just to get it off the docker, right? Because we do want to unlock literally everything, whether we're going to use it or not. So yeah, let's just do that. So, modular framing, steel beams, cable, and concrete. Alright, I can probably just pull that out of Dimensional Depot, to be honest. Modular frame was going in here, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, so 100 of those. Cable in here. 500. We'll just do that and we'll have enough. Steel was here. Stack those. And then 1,000 concrete. All the way back over here. We actually don't have all that much. Oh, because we've got the top one. So we don't have as much backed up as I thought. Yes, that's because there's 2 containers worth of it. In a lot of that stuff, I could probably just have a splitter off to send half of it to the sink and we'd still get a backlog. Alright, so bam, 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 bam. We are kind of speedrunning these milestones today. But that is an old one. We just haven't bothered with blueprints.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth, with its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens. The blueprint designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly. Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
Oh, we need more crystal oscillators, that's right, and that's what we need the quartz for. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the blueprints, I see the use of them. I was watching Ark play and he was making a lot of use out of them. I prefer to tailor my designs, like my building, more to the environment around me. I could use them for something like the coal power plant stuff, with all the, like, the pipes and everything. But I also kind of enjoy the process of placing that stuff manually anyway, so I don't mind it. I'm not that bothered about making it that efficient. She gets more metal plates on us, looks like. Halfway there on our Phase 3 materials. 2 minutes to go on the hard drive. I feel we're very close to finishing things off over here first, though. So I think we do just kind of wait it out. Weird that we have an odd number of engines in there. We're making 2 per minute. 4 per minute, 2 at a time. Oh, because it's when I doubled it. Okay, so maybe we should actually take this out and not double it. Just for the next one, maybe. So now we just make 1. Put them back in again. The next lot will be 2 again. I do kind of like how it juggles it like that. So our pod's returning, so let's take a look at the next thing. So tier 4 is now done. Tier 6 now needs to be cleared. What have we got here? Some extra components, alright. So we've got some of those, but they're annoying to make more of. We need 100 there. Okay, so we're going to need to make more heavy modular frames for that. We were sticking those into a manufacturing, weren't we? What do we got here? That's easy enough. 50 computers, 400 pipes, 1,000 copper sheets. Easy. Computers are down here. Pipes, we can just grab a stack from here. It's 400. There we go, 2 stacks. And there, computers are just over here. Almost full, in fact. Interesting. Also, this is the sort of thing that I was contemplating soma slooping, but we don't actually need all that much extra of them right now, so that's interesting. Alright. And then copper sheets was going into its own container over here. Oh no, that's right, it was producing, but it wasn't going into the container, but it is now. So this should start filling up again. Yeah, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Our shuttle is being very busy today. Every now and then we just get on a tear. We're just finishing up unfinished business, that's for sure.
Milestone reached. Train signals placed on train rails can control and improve train behavior. This helps to avoid events where multiple trains attempt to occupy the same physical location.
Events.
For information related to earlier train events, please refer to your employee non-disclosure agreement.
We don't talk about those, okay. I was going to experiment with trains, but I think I was just going to do one track. I don't really care about putting in signals. But it's nice to know that I can. Confirm. Fused wire. Okay, I think I've seen that one before. And compacted steel ingot. So it uses compacted coal and iron ore to make steel. Okay. I really don't care about that. Rescan. I don't care about these either, I'm fairly sure. Iron alloy ingot, so that's using iron and copper to make more iron. I mean, we're not using copper for things, but we're also not using that much iron anymore. This is the sort of thing that would be useful if I was really min-maxing. Bolted frame, that's probably more useful. Oh, we actually have a steeled frame as well. So instead of using rods, it just uses screws. Can't remember the ratio of like rod to screw production either, so I'm not even sure how well that works out. It does make 5 per minute instead of 2 per minute. But that just means that the demands of like the steel plates is even higher. I feel that the steeled frame is the better version of that. So it's not that useful. But it's probably more useful than this. I think we'll take this one though anyway. Given that we're not going to use either of them anytime soon, so we'll take that one. Queue up the next. That's 10 minutes away. Right. Have you finished yet? Probably not quite, but you must be close. Okay. Bang. In fact, you're producing excess. We actually have enough in here now anyway. Yes, we do. Perfect. Alright. Are we ready for phase 4? How many zeros are going to be needed for all of the next lot of materials, I wonder. Clonk. Sealing the container. Unlocking tiers 7 and 8. Well, then we don't have that many other tiers. Is there going to be another layer on top or something?
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 3 project part shipment is finally ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 3 will be completed and the main body will be constructed.
What are we actually making?
You should know how this works by now. You'll get access to tiers 7 and 8 in the hub. In fact, perhaps you should just go look at the technologies there yourself.
Wow, she's getting sassy.
It's all laid out so that even a monkey could understand it, so you should have no issues. Speaking of which, I don't think you need a reminder about project parts.
Okay.
Instead, I will be providing some interesting facts. Did you know the average pioneer succeeds at saving the day? Did you know the average pioneer knows how to optimize pipe throughput? Did you know the average pioneer stays late for work because they care about
Hey, I haven't
humanity?
slept the
Anyway,
entire time
I
I've
thought
been
you
here.
might want to know more about your
I'm
peers.
fairly sure I'm
Good
actually a
luck in
robot.
phase 4.
Surely. Like, I've barely eaten and I do not sleep. Kathonk. Let's watch this. It's always fun watching this grow. Pretty good pioneering. Complete phase 3. And boppa, up it goes. Bothers me that it spins around as it goes up. I feel that should be locked. Okay, what's it gonna look like, I wonder?
Phase 3 of Project Assembly completed. Fixit's predictions indicate pioneers should generally reach this point faster with above average results, but we should all adjust our expectations according to the situation. It is understandable. The pressure and complexity will only increase from here, so be sure to take on Phase 4 with efficiency and competence.
That's pretty big. It's like a dockyard sort of thing. Are we making like a colony ship or something, maybe? Is that the idea? Or making a space station for people to come and live in or something? Oh, but it looks like a space dock, doesn't it? That's crazy. I do wonder what it's going to end up being. I also feel that we're being told about all this manner of stuff and like, oh, the average pioneer, blah, blah, blah. It's probably just us, right? You do wonder, are we alone?